there was a whole conversation about motion inputs. I personally just think it just comes down to really just the old heads like motion input and sweats and tryhards like inputs, and everyone else is just in between. They don't care or they're all for it. Me personally, I think it's nice to have the option if you want to, but I can honestly do without them. But that also goes into the fact that I've been playing fighting games since I was 4 years old. So I'm accustomed to doing these motion inputs that a lot of newcomers that come into the fighting game genre have difficulty doing, because it's just muscle memory that I've built up over the years that they haven't built up yet. So I don't understand why people are making a big deal about it. I feel like we're in a space now where if you get a game and you play it and it has simple inputs and you don't like it, then you don't have to play it. You can just go to the next game, or you can go back to the game you were playing beforehand, or you can go to a game that has the inputs that you like and just continue to play that game. I don't know. I saw a video today from True Underdog where he brought up the super motion inputs that people are more accustomed to, which is usually some form of 2/4 circle and attack button that give you your super. And he brought up the thing about where you have fatal blow is just the press of 2 buttons. The ability to be able to react to an attack really fast is there because I can just press 2 buttons whenever I see them try to do an attack, which on that end I understand and it's cool. But at the same time, on the other end, it's like, and this is the thing where it gets into a gray area where it's like the player that's getting hit by that super that someone just had to press 2 buttons to get, it doesn't feel good. Back in the day, players had reactions and they made the right read, and on top of that, they were able to put in 2/4 circles and 2 punches, 2 kicks, or whatever the combination of buttons were to get out the super to counterattack against whatever the opponent was doing. And it takes a lot of skill to do that. You have to be aware of the situation of seeing a button come out that you're able to reversal, or just knowing and making a read on your opponent, knowing that they've been having tendencies to do certain things at certain moments to where now I know that I can do this. But you still had an executional barrier that if you did not triumph over that barrier, you didn't get your super, you didn't get the reversal, you didn't get the punish that you were hoping to get, and you get hit for making the right call but not being able to execute. Nowadays, it's like they want to bring down the execution of special moves and supers so much to the point where it's like the person that's on the receiving end of someone just pressing 1 button to do a special move or a super, it is what it is. But I can understand why people can get salty about that. It's like, come on, dude. You really used that 1 brain cell and just smash. So you didn't even have to think about it. You smashed the emergency glass and you got the axe and you just went crazy. So it's like, I can understand people being upset about it, but ultimately, I'm a believer nowadays of, hey, if it's in the game, it's in the game. Find a way to deal with it. And if you can't deal with it, then, hey, ultimately you can join them. But I know that's not fun. But nowadays, I feel like people get hung up over these things where they're not really trying to enjoy the game. They're too busy focusing on things like the motion inputs. They're not really trying to dive into the system and get a feel of what the developer was trying to come up with the game that they created. And it's like, for me, ultimately, motion inputs, I'm a fan of them. I like them. I enjoy them. I do feel good when I'm able to execute them in tense moments and pressure moments where if I don't do this proper command at the right time after making the correct read in a fast-paced manner, it feels good when you're able to do that. But ultimately, there is the convenience on the other end where, hey, I know this person is going to try to press the issue and try to meaty me or do something offensively that is going to continue to keep me in whatever pressure situation that I'm in. If I know they're going to do that and I have a move that's invincible and I can get a reversal off of it, then to be able just to press 2 buttons and make it happen, me on the person that's doing that, I'm good. It feels good. I knew you were going to do this, and boom. Now you're going to take 50% and hold that L. So I'm really kind of like whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. I'm excited to see how these games play. I've seen people speaking about 2XKO and the Invincible versus game to where they have the simple inputs and there's no motion inputs, and some have expressed difficulty getting over that hump, but I feel like the thing is a lot of those people are people that have been playing fighting games since the early to mid 90s, probably the 09ers as well. They're been playing games for at least 10 years minimum. So they're used to the motion inputs. They've gotten a built-in muscle memory into their fingers, into their hands, and they just know how to do these moves now. So it's nothing to do them. But ultimately, they got to sell. And if you want people to get into the genre as much as you people say that you want to get people into fighting games and to join a community, then this is where you got to get to the point where you just got to be like, hey, man, motion inputs are here. But if they're not there, hey, that's cool too, man. I think people get away from actually enjoying the game because they're so caught up on what I won't say a simple thing, but something that can easily be overcome with time and patience. So one time to that.